Yo, what's happening, guys? It's your boy Offline Nuzlocke, and welcome back to week 5 of our APL Season 1. We are here taking on Sizzle. Sizzle basically replaced Cole, who was supposed to be my opponent for week 5. I'm sorry, the match is delayed. Cole was on the vacation, and he got back from his trip, and he happened to drop because of personal reasons. So Sizzle is taking his spot, and we're gonna go against Sizzle. This match, as you guys know, I'm not prepping for any of my draft leagues anymore. I'm just gonna wing it with some heat, and that is my first match that I prepped for when I decided this. So this team was made a while ago. I couldn't even record it when I was playing because timing didn't work out too well with recording and playing the match. So doing a post con. Hopefully guys are excited. Make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the video, and let's get into the battle. So Sizzle brought Hydreigon, Necrozma, Lapras, Enamorus, Heatran, and Quillfish. The Hydreigon was Terra Steel, and Necrozma was Terra Fighting. So let's get started with the match. I go ahead and lead off with my Dragology because Dragology happens to handle a lot of his leads like Heatran and Quillfish, and he ended up leading Lantern and Volt switching out into Heatran. I was so tempted to click Scald, but I went for a Draco because it was a pretty good play. I didn't think Enam was switching into this, so that's what I did. When I saw Heatran come out, I go into Ursaluna because there is literally no switch-ins for Ursaluna, and I fire off that big Blood Moon. That does about 40% or 70%, and Hydreigon Terra Steals, and I go for a Vacuum Wave. Vacuum Wave does a lot, and then Hydreigon goes for a Dragon Dance. Sizzle and I are just memeing this battle, but I go ahead and Vacuum Wave, take out the Hydreigon. Sizzle literally brought all Life Orbs in this match, so that was insane. I get crit here on my Ursaluna, but I get a huge Blood Moon off, which happens to take out that Enamorus. So that's like 2 kills for Ursaluna right away, but that crit really did a lot because now Quillfish can come in and just pick off the Ursaluna Blood Moon. Ursaluna in this team was really good, and that crit kind of sucked, but it's whatever. I go into my Jirachi and Thunderwave the Quillfish as it sets up a Sword Stance, and I'm like, dude, this Quillfish could be really bad for my team if I don't Zen Headbutt, so I did. And I tried to get the flinch, but it didn't flinch, and it went for a Rain Dance. So I'm like, oh boy, things are about to go really south here. But I take it out with a Zen Headbutt because Jirachi is faster now since it was paralyzed. And Sizzle was like, I want to send in the Lantern because Lantern is also a little bit specially. And I go for a T-Wave just to find out what ability he is. And he ends up critting me again with a Scald in the rain. That does so much damage. But my Jirachi was max HP, max speed. So that didn't really matter. I wasn't that bulky. He ends up picking off my Jirachi, which is a-okay with me, and I'm like, how many turns of rain do I have? I have literally 2, and I can literally get a free Scald off of something, and Lantern really does not want to touch my Dragology, so I go ahead and drop a Sludge Wave because I'm like, Sludge Wave is pretty cool, but Heatran came off, and I'm like, ah, man, I should have scalded that right there. But then I go into my Talonflame, and Heatran shows the Earth Power. I'm like, oh my god, that was such a good play. I go for Defog. I was literally Gale Wings Talonflame for that Sneasler and Rillaboom, and nothing else wanted to, like, you know, Talonflame didn't want to do anything else, so I set up a good Tailwind and let my Talonflame go, but he sets up rocks on my face. I'm like, you know what, I'll just defog again, but I just U-turn. I'm like, you know what, I can just go into my boy Annihilate. And he ends up clicking Stealth Rocks again, and I'm like, I knew it. So I go for an Earthquake on that Heatran to pick it off, and Annihilate gets another kill, and in comes Necrozma. I'm like, dude, this thing can set up really easily. So I click Rage Fist, and that literally does nothing. And he goes for Trick Room. I'm like, oh my god, I'm screwed if I let Dragology go down. So I end up secking Talonflame but to the photon geyser since I'm boots. But this is really bad, so I have to send in Dragology to threaten this thing out, and I'm carrying Shadow Ball in this match, so I click Shadow Ball and it does about 25%, and I get a special defense drop, which is great, and I also end up living that Earth Power, which was awesome. I go for another Shadow Ball on the Lantern because I'm like, I need my Dragology to do something, and it picks off the Lantern with a Draco Meteor, so I'm like, okay, there is a chance. And Trick Room wears off. I'm like, dude, this Necrozma might sweep me, but I was faster out of Trick Room, which was really crazy. That means I was speed tied with this Necrozma, and I got so many rolls to win that speed tie, which is crazy. And I end up getting the Shadow Ball chip with my Dragology, but Necrozma takes itself out with the Life Orb because Sizzle was running all Life Orb, and I ended up picking my first win in the APL. Greninja didn't even get to hit the field. I had a really cool Greninja set, and I was almost max Fist Up. I was really bulky ape for that Rillaboom and Sneasler, but those didn't show. Sizzle said, you know what, I'm gonna take up Cold Spot and end up doing some troll shenanigans, but here we are with a 2-0 victory. This is our first win in the APL, so feels good to finally pick up a win. Even if it was a troll match, I'll definitely take it because Ursaluna put in a lot of work, and that's literally what I want to show. Like, my team isn't bad. It's just sometimes I play really badly and things happen, but hopefully guys have enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys hit the like button, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll be back next week with another battle. Peace out, Offline Squad.